some of my kids want me to be with streamers. Like, they have lists and they try to sneakily set me up, and I'm like, guys, this just isn't what I want.
Northwest is clearly unsettled by Kim Kardashian's new romance. Not even a little. And honestly, it's easy to see why. Suddenly, Kim is stepping out with Lewis Hamilton, and if North's unease is obvious or borderline exasperation, it makes perfect sense. Over the past few years, beyond the brief Pete Davidson chapter and the whispers about Odell Beckham Jr., North has mostly seen her mom navigating life solo, just being mom. So when the world flips to a new man, flashing cameras, relentless headlines, and nonstop attention, the energy shifts in an instant. North is only 12. A 12-year-old witnessing her mother plunge into another high-profile relationship, especially with someone of this magnitude, is entirely understandable. That's an overwhelming load for any child. One moment, life feels steady, calm, predictable. The next, paparazzi swarm the streets and the internet explodes with trending topics. And this isn't just any guy. This is a global sports icon. Bigger crowds, louder speculation, millions of eyes dissecting every move. North doesn't hide what she feels. Her expressions, her side eyes, her posture all communicate volumes. She doesn't speak, yet her face shouts the truth every single time. And of course, the online world pounces, replaying clips, freezing frames, analyzing every flicker as if it were court evidence. That kind of scrutiny piles on more pressure. Because no matter how bold or outspoken she seems, she's still a child, processing monumental changes in front of millions. Imagine watching your mom dive into a high-stakes, intensely public situation while the entire world judges in real time. The weight is enormous. Flashing cameras, erupting comment sections, headlines multiplying by the second. For a child yearning for normalcy, that's suffocating. The tension peaked at the Super Bowl. Kim didn't slip in unnoticed, blending into the crowd. She arrived, taking her seat next to Lewis Hamilton, visible, photographed, unmistakable. It felt deliberate, like a carefully orchestrated move, knowing the cameras would capture every moment.
Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton kissing at the Super Bowl are circulating the internet with a K. This was their first public appearance, and do you really think Kimberly Noel Kardashian is going to be out here making out with Lewis Hamilton?
And of course, Kim arrived with a completely reinvented look that night. Sharp new bangs, a deliberately messy bun, soft glam makeup glowing under the lights, diamonds sparkling like tiny stars around her neck, and a sleek black coat that shimmered from head to toe. Her hairstylist even dubbed them her Super Bowl bangs, instantly igniting a wildfire of conversation online. While most eyes were glued to the plays on the field, social media had only one focus: that suite. Clips spread like wildfire. Screenshots went viral in minutes. Suddenly, self-proclaimed body language experts flooded comment sections, dissecting every glance, every gesture. Just like that, the football game became almost irrelevant. The real drama, at least online, was happening off the field. Why were they moving like that in public? That was the burning question, and the Super Bowl wasn't even their first highly visible outing. Days earlier, Kim and Lewis were spotted at a Paris hotel, arriving together. Same direction, same energy, zero space between them. Insiders whispered immediately. This wasn't casual. This was unmistakably romantic. A private jet from the UK, late-night arrivals, zero effort to conceal anything. And let's be real, Kim knew exactly the statement she was making with her ensemble. The sheer lace catsuit, the scheme's bra peeking through, the dramatic cape trailing behind, bold, deliberate, unmissable. Nobody steps out like that by accident, especially not during Paris Fashion Week. The message was crystal clear without a single word spoken. Now, rewind for context, because this story moved at lightning speed. Kim had finalized her divorce from Kanye West in 2022. After that came the Pete Davidson chapter, playful, flirty, and impossible to ignore, but entirely in the public eye. Then the whispers of Odell Beckham Jr. surfaced, headlines piling up, photos circulating, and speculation never slowing for a second. Yet, over the past year, Kim insisted she wasn't seriously dating anyone. She spoke about focusing on her children, being present, seeking peace, sharing her intentions openly on podcasts. She even outlined the exact qualities she wanted in a man: calm, dependable, grounded, someone with integrity who owns up to his actions. That was her personal checklist. So when Lewis Hamilton reappeared, the world paused. This wasn't a random fling. They've known each other for nearly a decade. First spotted in the same social circles in 2014, and then crossing paths again at a 2023 fashion event, their history added weight. Still, the internet erupted with strong reactions. Politics got thrown into the mix. One commenter wrote, "Lewis Hamilton confuses me. He's outspoken about Palestine, even volunteered in Jordan, yet he's dating Kim Kardashian, a Zionist?" Another typed, "I'm not even his fan, but with all his activism, he was the last millionaire I expected to see dating Kim Kardashian, of all the wealthy Zionist women in the world. How are you a driver and don't care about mileage?" These reactions spread like wildfire, sparking fiery debates across social platforms. And let's not forget, Lewis has never been shy about his romantic history. Over the years, he's been linked to Rihanna, Rita Ora, and Sofia Richie. In 2023, rumors tied him to Shakira, described as playful, flirtatious fun. His dating life has never been subtle. Even older whispers connected him to Kendall Jenner. Another layer, considering she is Kim's sister, dating itself isn't the real shock. It's the context, the optics, the story behind it. What's igniting the fire is how differently people perceive this pairing, politically, culturally, morally. For some, it's just two global figures exploring a connection. For others, it completely clashes with the image they've constructed of him. And that tension, that dramatic collision of perception versus reality, is why this situation has everyone reacting in vastly different, heated ways. While the world debates Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton, all eyes are quietly on North West. Because no matter how poised she appears, no matter how grown up her words sound, that is still her mother. And when your mom's love life unfolds on a global stage, the impact hits differently. Since Kim and Kanye West split, stability has been fleeting. There's always been a headline, a viral post, a public moment pulling the family back under the spotlight. Then came Kanye's remarriage to Bianca Censori, sparking its own storm. Kim's outfits alone ignited. Endless debate, every appearance dissected online. It piled more noise onto an already chaotic world. Co-parenting is difficult under ordinary circumstances. Co-parenting when both parents are global celebrities under constant surveillance is an entirely different arena. And the kids are caught in the middle. Kim has been candid about the struggle. On her Call Her Daddy interview, she admitted one of the hardest parts is remaining silent when Kanye publicly criticizes her or the family. She tries to speak positively about him around the children, an act of discipline, of restraint. But children notice more than adults realize. North, in particular, seems acutely aware. Kim revealed that North once told her she cries in her room and insisted she let the pain go. At 12, that is a profound, almost unimaginable statement to make to a parent. She even told Kim to find a boyfriend. That wasn't just playful teasing, it was recognition that something was missing, that the emotional landscape of the family was unsettled. She was processing everything in real time, and it wasn't a one-off. Back in 2024, Kim admitted her kids were actively trying to play matchmaker. On The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, when asked if she was dating, Kim laughed and said no, but her children were ready for her to be. That says volumes. On one hand, it shows how emotionally invested her children are. They watch, they react, they form opinions. So when Lewis stepped into the public eye with her, curiosity naturally turned to North's feelings. Behind the glitz, the fashion, and viral headlines, this is still a family navigating life under a microscope. Kim revealed her children weren't joking. They were making actual lists of men she should date, ensuring she wouldn't feel alone. Their investment was serious, playful, and loving, yet deliberate. Saint suggested a basketball player or a soccer player, ironically recalling Kim's past marriage to Chris Humphries, an NBA star. Some even proposed streamers, turning family matchmaking into full-on strategy. Kim's response was firm. Guys, that's not what I want right now. She wasn't rushing. Her focus remained her children and her peace. That's why this new relationship feels like a seismic shift, because now she has someone at her side, and that alters everything. Wanting your mom to be happy is one thing. Watching her dive into another high-profile romance, especially with someone as famous as Lewis, is another entirely. More cameras, more opinions, more scrutiny. For North, it could feel like history repeating itself. Another headline, another viral debate, another intense situation unfolding before millions. And atop it all, North has been grappling with her own relentless spotlight pressure. Lately, it seems like every other week sparks a new debate over North West's wardrobe. People scrutinize her piercings, her grills, her outfits, every detail magnified, every choice dissected. The recurring question echoes online, why does a 12-year-old look like this? And the cycle begins anew, strangers analyzing a child's appearance as if it were public property. Kim Kardashian has consistently defended her daughter. She insists that North should express herself, experiment with fashion, explore creativity, and discover who she truly is. In Kim's eyes, that is confidence. That is giving her child room to grow, not confining her to a single image. It's empowerment. It's individuality, but the internet doesn't always agree. Critics cry, no boundaries. Others argue there's no structure. Some even label it bad parenting. The noise is relentless. Now, imagine being North, already living under an unblinking microscope, judged for every gesture, every outfit, every glance. Then add your mom's new high-profile relationship into the mix. That's an avalanche of attention for any child to bear. And whether North lets it show or not, that pressure can accumulate quickly. When Kim was single, criticism was already constant. People questioned her time, her choices, her work, her travel. Now she's dating again, and this time it's someone as globally recognized and busy as Lewis Hamilton. The questions are louder than ever. Will she have the focus to monitor North's social media? Can she maintain privacy in a life where nothing is private? North is growing up under a constant spotlight. Every outfit is analyzed, every expression becomes a headline, every appearance sparks a trending topic. And that exposure doesn't pause just because a new romance begins. If anything, it accelerates more cameras, more speculation, more stories connecting dots, whether they make sense or not. And then there's Kanye West. His silence now feels heavy, almost too deliberate. No posts, no public reaction, no statements. Historically, when Kanye goes quiet during moments like this, it rarely signals peace. It can mean something is stirring beneath the surface, and the world watches even closer. So here's the bigger question. Is North simply reacting like any 12-year-old would when her mom enters another very public relationship? That would make total sense. Or is this chapter piling even more weight onto a child already carrying an enormous load? Is it really about Lewis Hamilton, or is it the culmination of years of tension, shifting dynamics, and relentless headlines stacking up? Sometimes it's not one single event. Sometimes it's everything: the stress, the changes, the exposure finally spilling over. What do you think is really happening here? Is this a normal phase in a blended celebrity family? Or is there more pressure behind the scenes than meets the eye? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you found this breakdown compelling, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. I want to hear your take on this unfolding story. And I'll see you in the next video.